Today's a WRAL weather alert day as we see the chance for some localized flooding heading into the evening. We'll show you the latest updated risk map coming up in just a minute.
Jordan Lake drowning. A 19-year-old went under the water while fishing and didn't resurface. The warning the Chatham County Sheriff is giving after the third death on that lake this week.
Plus, funding education. What we expect to learn today about plans to secure federal dollars for your child's school as funds are being frozen across the country. Meanwhile, our weather is heating up on this Monday. Good morning. It is 6 o'clock. Another hot and humid day on the way with storms as well possible for later. I'm Renee Chu.
I'm Jeff Hogan. Thanks for making us part of your Monday here as we get things rolling. And the way it's been at Jordan Lake in the last week, more flooding and the concerns we have for tonight and more rain coming is just not what we need out there. Chris Michaels is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with what we're in for.
And we're looking at the latest updated risk map in terms of flooding. This from NOAA's Weather Prediction Center. And a lot of times when we're under this medium risk, that's what prompts us to issue a WRAL weather alert day. You might remember last Wednesday when we had the red shading of the high risk. So it's not quite like that, but still any kind of scattered storm that moves slowly could produce that chance for localized flooding west of I-95. A storm or two may try to bring down some strong wind gusts west of US 1. As far as hail or tornado threat, that looks to be very low. In terms of storm chances during our peak heating, those are pretty hit and miss as you would typically expect. But as we head deeper into the evening, you see a slightly better chance of showers and storms, again, especially west of Interstate 95. For today, temperature-wise, fairly similar to the past few days. Our highs reach about 89 to 94, just depending on your location from north to south. And then it's hard to call it a cool down when it's July, but at least it's not going to be scorching tomorrow. Temperatures in the 80s. Ken?
All right, Chris, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We just have one stalled vehicle to report on Knightdale Boulevard near Smithfield Road. We're not seeing any delays in that particular area, but just be careful as you're navigating Knightdale Boulevard this morning. Seeing a little bit of a slowdown on those eastbound lanes of I-40 near Fayetteville Road. This is the streets at South Point exit. Right now, this is overnight construction that hasn't yet cleared and probably will be clearing in just a few minutes or so. I'll keep an eye on it for you. You're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
With breaking news we've been following in the overnight hours, we have learned Chatham County Sheriff's Office has recovered the body of a 19-year-old who drowned in Jordan Lake. Ali Kadlubar is learning more about exactly what happened there, the high water levels, all the debris from last week's flooding, making it very dangerous, Ali, for people visiting the lake.
Yes, Jeff, and just last week we were here at Farrington Point boat ramp where two missing boaters were found. Their bodies were found. They drowned here. Crews spent days looking for them, and about a mile and a half away is where crews were last night, where they found a 19-year-old man who drowned. This is all because of that flooded water. That's according to the sheriff, Mike Robertson. Jordan Lake is still flooded a week after Chantal swept through. It's 13 feet above normal. Robertson says the high water level causes strong currents. There's also debris and bacteria. Last night's drowning is the third at the lake in a week. He says a 19-year-old man was swimming with friends. His flotation device drifted away. He went to get it and went under. Crews found his body around 11 last night. Last week, we told you about two missing boaters on Jordan Lake. Crews found their bodies after days of searching. Again, Robertson urging people to stay off the water because of those flooded lake levels. We are still working to find out when the lake levels will improve. Reporting in Chatham County, Ali Kadlubar, WRAL News.
And more breaking news overnight. Raleigh police are searching for a shooter. A person was shot on Atlantic Avenue about 10:30 last night. It happened near the intersection with New Hope Road. Video from the WRAL breaking news tracker shows that scene. Police say the person who was shot was taken to the hospital and is expected to recover. Police say even though no one has been arrested in this case, there is no continuing threat.
Happening today, the North Carolina Attorney General is set to make an announcement about what is being done to combat education funding cuts at the federal level. WRAL's Sean Gallagher is live now to explain just how much money North Carolina is losing and what we can expect from today's announcement. Sean, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Renee. Attorney General Jeff Jackson will be joined here by the Superintendent of Public Instruction, Mo Green, where we're expecting them to share some information about their efforts to save some $169 million in federal education funding being withheld by the Trump administration. That money benefits nearly every single public and charter school across the state. Now, the 6 grant funding programs in question help support teacher training, before and after school education programs in low-performing schools, and enrichment programs, plus several programs for immigrant students, including English language education, family support, and special education services for migrant students. Now, just last week, Wake County Schools implemented a 90-day hiring freeze for district office positions and any vacant positions funded by federal grants that have been paused by the Trump administration. The district made this announcement after it expected not to receive more than $8 million in federal funding grants. Now, Jackson and Green are expected to be joined here by other education leaders from across the state. That announcement is expected around 1:30 this afternoon. In downtown Raleigh, Sean Gallagher, WRAL News.
And today, Governor Josh Stein will be in Asheville as part of his effort to boost tourism 10 months after Helene. Stein will be at Asheville Regional Airport this afternoon as a part of the Rediscover the Unforgettable Tourism Initiative. The governor and First Lady Anna Stein plan to spend the week exploring the mountains of western North Carolina. They say they will be supporting small businesses and showcasing all that the region has to offer to travelers.
Good morning. Chris Lovingood here in the WRAL Live Center with just a tragic update coming out of Massachusetts. There is an assisted living facility where there was a fire last night, and sadly several people have died. This specifically happened in a place called Fall River. The mayor there said that first responders did manage to save people, but the fire chief confirmed that several people did die and several people were injured as well. But in terms of how many deaths, well, that information hasn't been released just yet as investigators are still looking into this. Some people living at that facility have disabilities, and that made it a challenge for them to leave. But as for what started that fire, authorities are still looking into that. And as soon as we learn more, we'll report it here on WRAL News.
Rocky Mount police are investigating 3 separate weekend shootings, and one of those shootings killed 2 young people. People gathered at Martin Luther King Park last night to remember them. Rio Steele and Loren Dickens died in a shooting on Virginia Street about 3 Sunday morning. Steele's parents say he graduated high school last year and was studying to be an electrician.
There's never been a conversation like, son, I'm gonna have to bury you, ever. It's, son, keep doing what you're doing, because one day you're gonna have to take this here. You're gonna be in charge, and I need you to be at the best you can be. And he was doing it.
Rocky Mount police are also investigating a Saturday night shooting on Ring Road where a man was grazed by a bullet. Another shooting early Sunday morning on West Raleigh Boulevard left a man with a gunshot wound. Police have not released information about any possible suspects.
People in Orange County are getting a clearer picture of the extent of the damage left behind by Chantal's flooding 1 week ago. County officials say the loss for residential homes is estimated to be more than $9 million. Public damages are estimated at over $22 million. Volunteers across Orange County are stepping up to help. Kyle Wilkerson runs a catering company. He spent the weekend feeding people who don't have water or power.
We're going to stay here and give it all out and feed everybody, as many people as we can.
Evacuation orders near Lake Michael Dam in Mebane have been lifted. The city remains under a water conservation plan while the water treatment plant undergoes repairs. Mayor Ed Hook says parts of the facility have returned to full power. Orange County officials say 123 residential properties were damaged during the storm. Remember, we want to see conditions where you are amid storms and high water. Take pictures and video when it's safe to do so and send it to us at WRAL.com/report-it. You can upload what you see there, and we will share your pictures and video here on TV and online.
A person is dead and 5 others are recovering this morning after a shooting in uptown Charlotte. It happened early yesterday morning. It's the second shooting in that same area in just 2 days. Charlotte-Mecklenburg police haven't released the names of the victims or the condition of the 5 injured. So far, no arrests have been made.
A family is asking for help to get the body of a local law student back to his home country. Sule Bangura was killed while riding his motorcycle along Creedmoor Road in Wake County on Tuesday night. The Sierra Leone native was a law student at North Carolina Central University. He was also an intern at the North Carolina Administrative Office of the Courts. Bangura was in his last semester of law school, getting ready to graduate. His friends and coworkers tell WRAL they are devastated by the loss.
I'm so speechless. I still can't fathom what I've been told the past few days, that someone like him could be taken away from us, because he had so much that he could, so much to give to us in this world.
He made this place greater just by being here, even if it was just for 26 years. So to have that impact and to lose it's a loss. I just felt a huge loss.
Bangura's family has set up a GoFundMe page to help raise money to send him to be laid to rest in his home country. Highway Patrol has still not said how the crash happened.
It's 10 after 6 on your Monday. Nicotine poisoning. The number of cases among children is rising quickly. What experts say you need to know to keep your kids safe.
And closed indefinitely. The doors are shut at a North Hills restaurant after a car crashed through the building. How police say the crash happened.
And slow-moving storms with localized flooding triggering a WRAL weather alert day. We'll show you where we see the chance for some additional localized flooding coming up in just a little bit.
Stay safe with the latest WRAL Weather Alert Day info. Get up to the minute weather and traffic conditions when you get in your car. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM, in Durham 96.5 FM, and everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:14 late afternoon into the evening, the chance for localized flooding, especially in the Piedmont and heading into parts of the Triangle. The highest chance is going to be up toward the nation's capital. Now in North Carolina, we have some typical storm zones. You've got the sea breeze and you've got what's called the Piedmont trough. So in between the two, you get some scattered storms that makes kind of picking out the location of them a little difficult, but they will be scattered as we go later in the day. Out the door this morning, temperatures low to mid 70s. No scattered storms out there, just a little bit of fog, especially in Sampson County. But currently in Wake County, Raleigh at 76, Fuquay's at 72, Durham right now at 73. If you have the day off, maybe hitting up the pool, temperatures low to mid 90s. Just make sure you have our weather app just in case lightning strikes within 15 miles of your location. Ken?
All right, Chris, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. I'm going to give you a live look at I-40 and Fayetteville Road. This is right near the streets at South Point exit. These are the eastbound lanes. Overnight construction that hasn't cleared up just yet, but you're probably looking at maybe a 1 to 2 minute delay. Really nothing that's going to make you late. From Monday morning business travelers, and maybe about to kick off a trip to the airport, we've checked all the major routes this morning, and all those major routes into RDU International Airport are free and clear, so you will get to the airport on time. A couple of incidents to report right now, and Jeff, coming up in less than 5 minutes, I'll let folks know if those incidents will be affecting their morning commute.
Look forward to it, Ken. Thank you. Meantime, today, crews in Texas will resume their search for people after the catastrophic flooding of July 4th. Heavy rain temporarily paused that search and rescue operation. 132 people are confirmed dead. Authorities believe more than 160 may still be missing in Kerr County, Texas alone.
President Donald Trump says he supports his Attorney General Pam Bondi's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. His support comes as some in his circle are calling for her to be fired. Rumors have swirled for years that Epstein had a client list with some celebrities and politicians' names on it. Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel now say there was no client list. They also say Epstein killed himself in a New York jail cell in 2019. The president posted his praise of Bondi on social media.
We'll get ready to pay higher prices for foods made from tomatoes. Today, a 21% tariff on most Mexican tomato imports goes into effect. That could mean higher prices at restaurants, pizza parlors, and grocery stores. Some restaurant owners say they fear this could put their businesses in jeopardy. Many U.S. growers say it's time for the tariffs to boost local business.
An urgent warning for parents this morning. The American Academy of Pediatrics is reporting that cases of nicotine poisoning in kids under 6 are skyrocketing. WRAL's Michelle McConaughey joins us now to share how you can protect your children. Michelle.
Yeah, Renee, this morning, a study published in the journal Pediatrics found that the rate of poisonings involving nicotine pouches among kids increased 763% in just 3 years. Nicotine increases heart rate and blood pressure and could lead to nausea, vomiting, or even coma. It could easily exceed a deadly dose in small children. And kids are just curious by nature. Babies and toddlers in particular explore their worlds by putting things in their mouth. The American Academy of Pediatrics says it is critical that all nicotine products are placed far out of reach of children. A spokesperson for the Academy says that means locked away, not just in a purse, a pocket, or on the counter. And it's not just parents and adult caregivers that need to be aware. A study earlier this year found that the use of nicotine pouches among high school students nearly doubled between 2023 and 2024. So parents, talk with your teens about using the products and make sure they know the risks. Also, add the National Poison Control number to your phone right now so you are not in a rush to find it when you need it. That number is here, 800-222-1222.
Thanks for that, Michelle. We are trying to learn new information after a car collided with a gas pump, causing gallons of fuel to spill into the road and drains. It happened on Calvary Drive near Capitol Boulevard yesterday morning. Hazmat crews were called in to clean up the spills, and we are trying to find out how extensive that cleanup was. A woman accused of crashing into a North Hills restaurant while impaired is out on bail this morning. The owners of Cuchola Terraza are on Six Forks Road there. They say the restaurant is closed until further notice after the crash happened Friday. The outdoor patio and back window are both damaged. 55-year-old Leanna Ligon of Raleigh is charged with driving while impaired in connection with the crash. Her next court date is scheduled for August 1st.
Really pretty start to our Monday morning and a dry one, but all this week, Chris, we have chances for storms every day.
It's pretty much every single day, at least has a chance. It's not to say that everybody's going to be soaked every day, but it's July in North Carolina, and that's something that just kind of comes with the territory. Unfortunately, today, that does lead to a localized flood threat near and to the west of I-95. That's what you see in the yellow shading here. Right-hand side of your screen, that's the chance for localized wind damage. It's very limited, mostly west of US 1. So here we go, 11 o'clock today, and we're starting out dry, but as we get this collision of different atmospheric boundaries, you get some scattered showers and thunderstorms to develop. And again, you see the tendency for those to be mostly near and to the west of I-95. This is something that keeps on going into the evening, and these storms are moving very slowly as well. So you get that chance for localized flooding because of that lack of movement with these storms. Even into the overnight hours, we'll hold on to the chance for some isolated activity, something that may be around up until sunrise on Tuesday. Meanwhile, into the tropics, 30% chance of development toward the Gulf Coast. This is something that is likely going to meander that way. Reason being is because of what I just said. The upper level winds are not very strong. They're just not moving things, so they're not moving that 30% chance. It's really not going to come up toward us. It's going to stay down toward the Gulf Coast. And the fog is staying with us, too. This is a live look above the fog in the low cloud cover. That's in southeastern Wake County, always a neat view out there. Taking the dog for a walk, it's not too bad out there right now. Heading into the afternoon, definitely going to be an increase in panting. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 90s prior to some of those isolated showers and storms. And so the forecast here, it's just kind of on relapse from day to day as you see that daily chance for showers and storms. Tomorrow and Wednesday looks to be scattered to at times numerous during the afternoon. After that, temperatures come up a little bit more. So we'll be back into that 93 to 95 degree range. And each day, the chance for storms will be a little more hit and miss than maybe what we see out there this evening. But at 6:21, let's let you back into the traffic center with Ken.
Yeah, all right. Listen, here's what we're looking at, Chris. It's a situation, we've got a couple of incidents, and one just cleared, as a matter of fact. But this is a crash on Capitol Boulevard and Spring Forest Road. We're not seeing any delays in that particular area, but just be mindful of that. There was a stalled vehicle there on Nightdale Boulevard near Smithfield Road. Of course, it just cleared in the last few seconds. This is clearing up shortly. This is overnight construction, those eastbound lanes of I-40 right there at Fayetteville Road, the streets at South Point exit, if you will. But really and truly, in the next few minutes, that should be cleared up. And I'll keep an eye on that and let you know exactly what's going on. You're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Still ahead, remembering the Buchanans. Funeral services are being held today for a Lee County family after they were killed in a plane crash 1 week ago. How people are responding to the tragedy in that community.
And yard danger. One wrong step nearly cost an Apex man his foot. 5 on your side has his warning about how this could have happened to anyone, anywhere.
And it was just like you expected some, I don't know, remorse, emotion, something, and there was zero.
Coming up on Today, the family of one of the victims in the University of Idaho murders is speaking out after the suspect, Brian Koberger, entered a plea deal with prosecutors. Their reaction to the deal and how they're moving forward.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
The North Carolina Zoo is introducing everyone to its newest baby animal, and the new Superman movie had a heroic opening weekend.
Ken Smith here now with what's trending on our Monday morning, Ken.
Yeah, Jeff and Renee, let's start with the North Carolina Zoo and that new resident. Not one of the usual ones, I might add. 2 white deer live on the zoo's property in Asheboro, and now there's a white fawn as well. Staff spotted the white fawn throughout the past several days.
So interesting, yeah, the deer not native, they are native inhabitants, not like in those humid main habitats at the zoo. So catching a glimpse of this baby deer, unlikely during typical business hours, but if you do encounter it, do so safely from a distance.
Oh, it's a beauty, isn't it?
So cute.
Yeah. Hey, this new Superman movie soaring to the top of the box office on its opening weekend. The movie starring David Corenswet brought in $122 million here in the U.S. alone. That's the highest number for a DC movie since Wonder Woman back in 2017.
So that was tops. Jurassic World Rebirth was second in the box office. F1 dropped to third.
Ken, thank you. 6:26 now, still ahead. Jordan Lake drowning. Late last night, crews recovered the body of a man who disappeared in the water while fishing. How high water levels and debris from last week's flooding are increasing the risk.
And paying for education, officials in our state are responding to federal dollars being frozen. What we can expect ahead of a major announcement today.
And the page, it never turns this time of year. The daily chance for scattered showers and storms. But I'll show you which of these 5 days have at least a chance for some localized flooding when we return.